Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Onision. Onision, I'm somehow magic. I've never made a video response to you before. I have made a couple comments on a few of your videos in the past. I'm making a video response now because, well, frankly, it's really insulting when I see you give advice to parents on things with their kids, no matter how good-hearted you may feel you're being on that. I have a sneaking suspicion you don't have any kids. Or if you do, they're probably no more than a year or two. That's not a raised kid. It'd be cool if you'd actually stay out of giving advice to parents and stuff about kids, which is part of what you're trying to do in your sacrificing children just to get high video. Now, you have this arrogant air about you that you know better than everyone else, like everyone's really letting you down. They're not following your rules kind of an attitude. Well, you see, here's the thing. You do realize that if marijuana was actually made legal for any responsible or irresponsible adult to go into local tobacco shop, pick some up, and go buy it, or you get you get what I'm saying. It's still going to have, you're still going to need IDs and what have you. You also realize that, I hope you'd realize that even the most responsible of parents, those of us that actually sit down and go to our kids' choir concerts and orchestra concerts and parent-teacher conferences and go out and do things with their kids, those kids will still, not all, but quite a few, will still experiment. And it's not because of bad parenting, it's because the kids are also, like their parents, human beings, curious about the world around them and wishing to experiment with something. You see, now as a parent, and I've got 3 kids, the best we can do is work with our kids, tell them about our experiences, teach them, give them the tools to survive in this world, and hope they make the best decisions. But they won't. They often they won't. They have to learn for themselves. Now, I'm not saying I'm condoning it. I'm saying this is reality. I'm going to try and cover a few more things because I want to wrap many issues I have with your stuff in one video. But I don't want you to seem like this is a whole attack thing on you, because it's not. As a matter of fact, I find a lot of your videos really interesting. You remind me a lot of Andy Kaufman. Just the way his interesting takes on doing things. You got balls in there, I'll give you that. You don't have the inhibitions, which is really cool. And those parts of your videos that seeing that in your videos is what I respect. The messages, not so much. But you do let loose, and I get a kick out of that. You're kind of like a train wreck. You don't really want to stare, but you can't look away. Alright, now, getting that out so you don't think I'm just attacking all your stuff, because I'm not. Just the stuff I got problems with. Your thing on eating meat. You did a video where you were talking even about the teeth inside of our heads. Those are the tools of an omnivore. Not a carnivore, nor a herbivore. Carnivores, or omnivores, have a unique setup allowing them to eat both plant and animal matter. You do realize that there are certain proteins that we can only get from animals. That's a fact. Look it up. Things that help us. Part of a healthy diet. That's just the way it is. You being a strict vegetarian or a vegan, you are actually denying your body of certain proteins you can only get through animal. Now, I've grown up with animals my entire life. As a matter of fact, my parents have a hobby farm. All the animals are pets. chickens, geese, emus, llamas, pygmy goats, miniature horses, ducks, approximately 200 or so animals. Again, all pets. And they're awesome to go around and help feed and what have you. Pretty good amount of acreage to run around. They love them all. I love some. But I also recognize, as cool as companions as they can be, that animals are still in the food chain. And I will consume animals to get what I need, nourishments that I need, that only animal proteins can, or animal matter can provide with its proteins. And that's just the way it is. That's a fact of life. Now, as big of an animal lover as you profess to be, I have a sneaking suspicion you own at least one pair of leather shoes. I'm also aware that you have several times in several of your videos done the really crazy makeup and stuff like that. You know, a lot of those lipsticks, eyeshadows, mascaras, and stuff like that. A lot of your makeup companies buy the greases and stuff from your local fast food joints and use the greases and fats to make said makeup products that you smear all over your face. Were you aware of that? So as much as you dislike it, seems to suit you well, you use it pretty well, don't you? Doesn't that make you a bit of a hypocrite? But I have a feeling that a lot of your stuff is more a facade. That you get deeper into it than you normally would just to get the views. Just for the shock value. Again, I get a kick out of a lot of your stuff. Your Metal Gear Solid stuff, fantastic work. It really was. I've got a few of those on favorites. Get a kick out of those. I'm going to close this off with, if you're going to give advice, know your material. Don't give parenting advice. I don't think anybody would be qualified for parenting advice until their kids have at least started going through their teens. Other things here and there, sure. You know, my kid's got a headache. What's good for that? What helps for that? Blah, blah, blah. When we're talking about actually raising, I don't think you're qualified there, bud. Not from what I've seen. On the other stuff, keep up the good work. I do get a kick out of those. But I really hope that if you're going to make advice videos in the future that you do some research on it and you're able to qualify your remarks. It's somehow magic. Nesion and YouTube. You all have a good day. Bye.